Picture this. You are about to hop on a plane to a new country for business or for pleasure, but you fear that you will be more of a tourist than a traveler. Many of us face the same problem. Cramming information about a new place and language can make us feel overwhelmed and unprepared. Luckily, there is a solution: the World Readiness Standards, a framework that gives us ways to overcome this problem. Whether you are traveling abroad or engaging locally, this video will give you the tools you need to confidently engage with the world. Come with us as we explore the 5 C's of the World Readiness Standards, a framework put forth by the American Council of Teachers of Foreign Languages. In this video, you will explore communication, cultures, comparisons, connections, and communities, allowing you to prepare for global travel while in your local community. So,
let's become world ready together. When I first started studying Arabic about 5 years ago, I was often really intimidated about using it in real places. However, the kindness of strangers and their willingness to communicate with me really helped out and made me feel more comfortable as I went through this process. The C that I'm talking about today is communication. And communication in more than one language is useful because it allows us to function in a variety of communicative contexts and do a bunch of different functions. Watch this. Salam. Wa alaikum salam. كيف حالك؟ الحمد لله. Ramadan Mubarak.
ممكن لقهوة نسنس كورتادو؟
أكيد مع سكر أو بدون سكر؟
قليل من السكر للفرد.
شكرا. That conversation might have seemed like a lot, but this transactional communication is actually accessible and doable in any language. Let's rewind that back and look at the 3 types of communication: interpretive, interpersonal, and presentational. Interpersonal communication is an active 2-way mode where we negotiate meaning. You might have noticed that I approached the cashier in Arabic, and the first meaning that we had to negotiate was the language that we would do the transaction. Obviously, I'm not a native Arabic speaker, so I had to communicate to reaffirm my desire to use Arabic. And I did that just by continuing the conversation by saying, "How are you?" in Arabic. Through only a few words of interpersonal communication, we've negotiated that we both intend to speak Arabic in this transaction. After sharing some niceties, I had to then interpret the menu to decide what I wanted to order. Interpretive communication is the one-way receptive mode where learners understand, interpret, and analyze audio, visual, or written text without direct action from the creator. I may have never met the person that wrote and designed this menu, but the text that they have created allowed me to make a decision. Now is the big moment. I finally get to order, and I'm ready to show off what I practice at home. This is presentational communication, a one-way, non-spontaneous speaking or writing aimed at an audience without intermediate interaction. I want you to try this in the next 7 days. Go to a local business owned or staffed by people who speak your target language. Then prepare what you want to say. Once you arrive, greet them in the target language. Read one item off the menu or the sign, place a simple order, and say thank you. If you get stuck, you can always use a repair phrase in English or the target language. It's as simple as asking, "How do you say this?" With communication, ultimately, we negotiate meaning so we can do real things, like ordering a coffee.
Hello everyone, we are here at the Holi Festival at the Hindu Society of North Carolina. When people prepare to enter a new country, culture is often the hardest thing to prepare for. Language could be studied, transportation can be researched, and travel logistics can be planned. But culture is different. Many expectations that guide behavior in a society are unspoken and learned through experience.
The C that we will be focusing on today is culture. Within the 5 C's framework, culture means understanding the practices, perspectives, and products of society. In simple terms, it's not just what people do, but why those traditions matter.
Events like the Holi Festival that we're at today are a good example. At festivals, markets, celebrations, and gatherings, you can see culture expressed through music, food, rituals, clothing, and how people interact with one another. Watch this.
How do you say what this is? Jalebi. Jalebi? What region of, is this all over India or is this just in a certain region? What part? Final cake? Oh, okay. Oh, what region? Is it like found all over India? Just everywhere in India you can find this? Yeah. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, awesome.
All right, thank you for having me here. Holi Color Festival follows something called as a religious event, Holi Ka Davan, which is sacrificing all the vices, all the bad things, all the evil in the fire. And then the following day we celebrate even more with lots of colors just to show our victory over evil and express our happiness, express our culture, and just have fun with friends and family with lots of color to add color to the life.
That might seem like a lot, but cultural learning starts with a simple observation. Anthropologists often study culture by first watching how people interact in everyday settings. An observation pattern asks questions and try to understand the meaning behind traditions.
Thank you.
One more question.
Yes.
How did Holi originate?
So it originated way back in hundreds and thousands of years back when Lord Vishnu was incarnated as Prahlad, and his father was a demon, and he wanted to kill his son because he didn't like Lord Vishnu. So what he did was he asked his sister, who was fireproof, meaning she won't burn in fire. So he asked her to take Prahlad on his lap and sit on a fire. What happened was the fire burned the sister, but Prahlad, who was Lord Vishnu, anything didn't happen to him. So that's how the festival started, victory of good over evil, victory of God over demon.
Oh, that does not feel like I thought. Sorry. I thought it was not like that.
For travelers, the goal is not to master a culture before arriving. The goal is to approach new environments with curiosity, respect, and awareness.
Spice it up.
The next time you see a cultural event, festival, or community gathering happening around you, take a moment to observe before participating. Notice the patterns of interaction, the traditions being practiced, and the way people connect with one another. Understanding those patterns is the first step towards understanding culture.
Adult learners preparing to enter a new country on short notice can very easily feel overwhelmed. We think we need fluency or that we need to understand everything about the culture before we arrive. But preparation does not mean perfection. In the 5 C's framework, which we've been exploring in this video, connections means using language to engage with real communities and real experiences. It changes your preparation plan from just memorizing vocabulary and facts to actually participating in authentic spaces to learn. Participating in a community event like this cycle class allows adult learners to see different perspectives and practices that they wouldn't just through translation. When learners go into an actual cultural space, they develop better cultural awareness, observation skills, and confidence. Language learning isn't only verbal. Before even speaking, learners observe tone, body language, social norms, or how people interact with each other. They can see how people greet each other, how they support one another, and what belonging looks like in their culture. Instead of trying to learn everything before you arrive at your destination, focus on engaging in something meaningful in a real space. Following the Connections guideline out of the 5 C's framework will have you going from studying culture to actually experiencing it.
Learning a new language is about making comparisons between things you know and recognizing that a different vocabulary is needed to describe the same things in another part of the world. The C I am talking about today is comparison. Wherever you travel, you will be making a comparison between what you're familiar with and what's new. What does a Latin American taco and an East Mediterranean gyro have in common? They don't look the same, and they certainly don't taste the same. But are these foods truly that different? This is a taco. It's often made with a tortilla flatbread, meat supporting vegetables, and a sauce. These ingredients come from Central American produce: cilantro, tomatoes, lettuce, and lime. Let's travel the world and make a comparison with another culture. Eastern Mediterranean cuisine has the gyro. It is also often made with meat, vegetables, and a sauce. Gyros use Mediterranean produce, such as greens and onions, and a yogurt-based sauce called tzatziki. Both tacos and gyros are a comparison of foods that are easy to say and easy to eat. As you explore the world, you will discover more ways to compare how foods become expressions of a culture and its cuisine. Making a comparison between something new and something familiar will help you internalize your language learning for your daily experiences. Remember that while a tortilla taco and a pita gyro look different and taste different, they share the same role. And languages, while looking and sounding different, are also really about the same thing: communicating with each other. And for that, food is a great place to start.
When entering a new country or environment, it's easy to feel like an outsider. You might learn some language, research traditions, or read about a culture beforehand. But one of the most powerful ways people actually learn about a place is participating in the communities around them. The C that I'm focusing on today is community. Within the 5 C's framework, communities are where language and culture come to life. It means interacting with people in real environments, spaces where conversations happen, relationships form, and shared experiences develop. In places like a campus center, shared workspaces, and community hubs like this one, people come together through common goals and shared experiences. Watch this. People gather to study, work, and support each other. Conversations happen naturally, building connections over time. Newcomers observe how others interact and gradually join in. Shared routines turn unfamiliar spaces into places of belonging. These moments might seem small, but they're how communities are built. For travelers, learners, joining community doesn't require perfect language skills or deep cultural knowledge. Sometimes it begins simply by showing up, being present, observing, and taking small steps to engage. Through these interactions, people begin to feel connected in the environment around them. The next time you enter a new place, look for the communities around you, whether it's a campus center or a local gathering space, or a shared environment like this one. Take the opportunity to engage, observe, and participate, because community is where the real culture learning begins.